Hello, my friend. My name is Tom. I am a simple man. I want to tell you a long story. This story is true. It is about me. It is about my life. And it is about English. English is not only a language for me. English is like a big door. It is like a bus that takes me to new places. It is like a friend who tells jokes. It is like a light in the dark. English changed my life. I will start at the beginning. Many years ago, I did not know English. Zero English. Nothing. I knew yes, and I knew no. That was all. My world was small. My town was small. My dreams were small. I was happy sometimes, but I was also bored. Life was simple. Too simple. One day I saw a tourist in my town. He asked me something in English. I did not understand. I looked at him like a chicken looks at a phone. I just smiled. He smiled too. Then he left. I felt bad. I wanted to answer. But I could not. In that moment I thought, I want to learn English. I need to learn English. So I bought a small book. The title was English for Beginners. The first page said, Hello. That was the first word. I said, Hello. I looked in the mirror. I said, Hello again. I laughed. It was funny. It was easy. It was also very big for me, because it was the first step. I learned hello. Then I learned good morning. Then I learned good night. My English was like a baby. Small but alive. Every new word was like a new toy. I played with words. I felt happy. I remember one day. I walked in the street. A tourist said to me, Hello. My brain shouted, I know this word. I answered, Hello? The tourist smiled. I smiled too. That was all. Only one word. But it was a victory. I felt like a hero. I wanted to buy a medal for myself. After that, I learned numbers. 1, 2, 3, easy. 4, 5, 6. Still easy. Then 11. My tongue said, What is this? I tried again. 11. I laughed. Numbers are not just numbers. They are mountains. But I climbed the mountain. Slowly, step by step. Colors were fun. Red, blue, green. One time I wanted to buy a red shirt. I said, I want blue shirt. The shopman gave me a blue shirt. I said, No, red. He said, Oh. We laughed. After that I remembered. Red is red, blue is blue. Animals were also fun. Cat, dog, bird. One day I said, I have 3 cats. But I did not have cats. I had only 1 dog. My friend said, Really? 3 cats? I said, No, sorry, mistake. We laughed again. Food words were very useful. Bread, water, coffee. Coffee was important. In my town there was a shop. The sign said coffee shop. Before I did not understand. Now I understood. Coffee shop. I was so proud. I went inside. I said, 1 coffee, please. My voice was small. The woman gave me coffee. She said, Thank you. I said, Thank you. I walked out with the coffee. I felt like a king. A small king with a paper cup. But English is not always easy. I made many mistakes. One time I wanted to say, I am hungry. But I said, I am angry. My friend looked at me. He said, Why angry? I said, Food! Food! He laughed. He said, You mean hungry? I laughed too. Now I never forget. Hungry is food. Angry is no food. Another time I wanted to say, I like ships. But I said, I like sheep. The man said, Really? You like sheep? I said, Yes, I like sheep. He laughed. I laughed. After that I always check the I. Ship is big. Sheep is soft. Slowly, English gave me new power. I watched movies with subtitles. At first I understood nothing. 0. Then I understood 1 word. Then 2 words. When I heard love, I said, I know this. When I heard coffee, I shouted, Yes, coffee! My family looked at me like I was crazy, but I was happy. Songs were also fun. I listened to English songs. Sometimes I only understood baby, but I sang baby, baby, baby very loud. My neighbors were not happy, but I was very happy. Then something big happened. I met a new friend online. She was from Spain. She wrote to me in English. I was nervous. My hands were shaking. I wrote, "Hello, my name is Tom. How are you?" She answered, "Hello, Tom. I am fine. How are you?" My heart was dancing. We were friends. English was the bridge. We talked every day. Sometimes I made mistakes. One time I wanted to say, "I like beer," but I wrote, "I like bear." She laughed for 1 hour. I laughed too. Now every time I drink beer, I remember a big brown bear. Travel also changed with English. Before I was afraid. If I went to another country, how could I talk? How could I buy food? But with English, I had a key. I went to Italy. At the airport, the man said, "Passport, please." I said, "Here you are." I was proud. Later I asked, "Where is the bus?" He showed me. I was safe. I was free. In Italy, I met people from Japan, Brazil, Germany. They all spoke English with me. Their English was not perfect. My English was not perfect, but we understood each other. We ate pizza together. We laughed together. I thought, wow, this is the power of English. Work also changed. Before I had a small job. I cleaned tables in a cafe. One day a tourist came. He spoke only English. My boss looked at me. He said, "Tom, can you help?" My heart jumped. I said, "Hello, do you want coffee?" The tourist said, "Yes, coffee." I gave coffee. He said, "Thank you." My boss was happy. After that day, I was the Englishman in the cafe. Later, I got a better job. English opened the door. Even my family was surprised. My mother said, "Tom, you speak English now?" I said, "Yes, Mom. I learn every day." She smiled. She was proud. My father said, "Say something in English." I said, "I love pizza." He laughed. He said, "Good English." That was a big moment. One night I even dreamed in English. In my dream I was in London. I was on a red bus. I said to the driver, "Good morning." He said, "Good morning." Then I woke up. I smiled. I thought, English is now inside my dreams. It is inside me. Now I still learn. My English is not perfect. I still make mistakes. But I do not stop. Because English is not about perfect grammar. English is about connection. English is about talking, laughing, sharing. I remember my first word. Hello. Now I know many words. But hello is still my favorite. Because hello is a door. With hello, I can meet a new friend. With hello, I can start a new story. With hello, I can change my life again. English changed my life. It gave me friends. It gave me travel. It gave me jobs. It gave me music, movies, pizza, coffee, laughter. It gave me confidence. It gave me dreams. So, my friend, this is my story. If English changed my life, maybe English can change your life too. The end.